today is really book knowledge only. All right. Okay. So I would like to invite you all to read. So to save my voice. So how about Sister Sumitra Khan? Can you read whatever appear on the screen?
Number 1, 4 conditions of death. For those who are born as beings, death is certain to take place. There are 4 causes and conditions for the death of beings. Ayu Kaya, the expiry of lifespan. Karma Kaya, the expiry of karma. Ubaya Kaya, the expiry of both lifespan and karma. Upachedaka karma, a destructive karma that cuts off the life productive karma. Productive karma. Death through expiration of lifespan. The first kind of death comes through the expiration of lifespan. As you know, there are some realms which have fixed lifespan. Chatu Maharajika, Tawang Timsa, and so on. But for human beings, there is no fixed lifespan. The lifespan of human beings is supposed to be about 100 years. If a person dies when he reaches 100 years, although his karmic force is still unexhausted, he is said to die through expiration of lifespan. His past karma may have potential to give him a longer life, but since he was born at a time when humans only live for 100 years, and he dies at the age of 100 years, he is said to die at the expiration of the lifespan. For celestial beings, their lifespan is longer than that of human beings. When they die at the end of their lifespan, for example, Chatu Maharajika beings, death is at the end of 500 celestial years. Dying at the end of 500 celestial years would be dying through expiration of lifespan for them.
Okay, I think this is quite clear. Just say there are 4 causes here. And the first one I mentioned is a lifespan. Now, the lifespan is for human now. We say now is 100 years, but not all the time. Because previous time, according to some of the sutta, lifespan can be as much as 80,000 years. 80,000 years. Can be as much as this. Okay? But the Gautama Buddha is actually born in now where the lifespan is 100 years. That's why it say there are no fixed span because it can be as much as 80,000 years. And previous Buddha who are born at the 80,000 years, their relics is actually kind of like a big stone. They don't need to separate to a small pieces like now. Because why is it? Because now, because the human life is too short, so the relics need to be make it very small to be distributed to many people and many generations. Okay. So just to mention here why we say there are no fixed span. Okay. Let's say if he's supposed to reach up to 100 years, but if he die before 100 years, all right? Okay. Yeah. But here, if he dies at 100 years, he will say to be die at the expiration of a lifespan. Right. That is means that that's the maximum it can go for this life. Of course, some people their lifespan will be better, maybe 120 because of their karma and so on. And then compared to deity, like Chatu Maharajika is a 4 great king, when we study the 31 plant existence. So it's 500 celestial year. So at that time, their limit is considered 500 celestial years. So remember when we study karma, you have to go back to the chapter of karma. Okay. Let me see. Where is it? Okay. So we have this one. Right. So remember the charts. That's why I choose to teach about the divine plan or existence first. Okay, this one. Human is not fixed. Okay. This means that for the lifespan of Chatu Maharajika is considered like 9 million. Tawantisa is different, all right? So this one we learned before already. So you have to refer to here. So that is considered the lifespan. Okay. Okay, now we go back to the notes just now. Okay, so this is the first one to the expiration lifespan. Okay, so it's 100, then means it's 100 for us. But now, of course, now with the disease and so on, I think most people don't live up to 100 and most maybe 80 years or 70 years. Okay, can we invite another person to read the second one? Sister Xiong Nyok Heng, can you read this paragraph?
Death through expiration of karmic force. The second one is the expiration of the productive karmic force. This is death before the end of a normal given lifespan. For example, human beings are supposed to live for about 100 years now. If a person dies before 100 years, he is said to die due to the expiration of the productive karmic force. His karma in the past cannot help him to live up to 100 years. Therefore, he dies before he reaches 100 years. In that case, he is said to die because of the expiration of the productive karmic force. When a person dies through the expiration of the productive karmic force, his lifespan may not be exhausted. And also, there are other favorable conditions for the prolongation of life. Although there are these conditions and although lifespan is not exhausted, still his karmic force is exhausted. He dies before he reaches the end of the lifespan. This death through the expiration of the karmic force.
Okay, thank you. So basically, it's like just now the limit is 100 years. So if somebody less than 100 years, about 80, 90, now now we think about that. Why is it most people cannot live up to 100 years? There are many reasons because of sickness, okay? Or if somebody stay in a very poor place, poor hygienic place, the food is not good, okay, and because of their karma they are born in that kind of place, so they cannot access to medical health and so on. So most of the time they cannot live up to 100 years. So this called their karmic, because karma determine where we are born. So if we have good karma, then we born in a better place where we can access to medical treatment, good food and so on. Okay, now the third one. All right, I think this is easy. As long as you remember, the keyword is if somebody dies less than 100 years. Okay, so okay, somebody please read how many paragraph it is. Okay, up to this one. Must find somebody to read. Sharon, you want to read?
Okay, thank you. Death through both. When both the karmic production force and the lifespan simultaneously come to an end, there is death due to the expiration of both. For example, a human being dies at the age of 100 years. Then he is said to die through expiration of both his lifespan and karmic force. Death through destructive karma. The fourth kind of death is through a destructive karma. A destructive karma can be a past karma done in the previous lives or something done in the present life. Destructive karma intervenes when a person is killed by his own attempt or by an attempt of others, or he is killed by some disease. Also, in the case of some persons who commit a very heinous offense against those who are very virtuous, then their karmic force cannot maintain their life, cannot prolong their life up to the end of their lifespan or until they reach to their normal end. That kind of death is called death through the intervention of a destructive karma. Death through the intervention of a destructive karma can be caused by the karma of the past. There is destructive karma from when we studied the 4 kinds of karma. When a person dies through a destructive karma, that destructive karma can belong to a past or it can be life. There are many kinds of death through destructive karma. Dying in an accident, committing suicide, and dying in natural calamities as well. When a person dies, both mental life faculty, or nama jivitindriya, and physical faculties, rupa jivita, disappear. Death caused by the first three conditions is known as a timely death. Kala marana. Death caused by the last is known as an untimely death.
Okay,
Akala
thank you. I think your voice just now a little bit lost. Maybe is your microphone.
I think it's
Now it's
my internet.
or your internet. Huh? Okay, okay. All right. Okay. So last time we learned about this. We call it destructive karma. Where is it? Okay. All right. Now, destructive karma, as mentioned just now, it can be this life or past life. This life means that whatever you've done, especially those heinous, heavy karma. Okay, it can be good or bad. All right. But here now, if talking about going to destroy the life, of course, it's bad one. All right. So this is the one that you can see in the Kicha. So when you write assignment, please try to mention all the things you learn already, all this function, and then order or ripening and so on. Okay. And time or ripening. Okay. Try to apply your Abhidhamma knowledge. Not just give a very general statement. All right. Okay. Okay, now this the main thing we can see. It can be past karma done in past life, present life. Okay, it's not only this life. All right. So killed by himself, right? Especially those who commit the heinous offense, right? So this means that the karmic force cannot maintain life, right? So we call it this is the keyword, all right? Intervention through the destructive karma. Okay. Now, many accident, okay, for example, dying in accident, commit suicide, and also dying in the natural calamities. All right. This means that this karma is so strong that it can really destroy the life. So at that time, there will be two faculty. One we call it nama, belong to nama side. That's maintain our nama, our mind. Another one called maintain our body, called rupa jivita. So you have to study back the chetasika and also the rupa. You see this jivita, which is means that life faculty. Okay. Now, timely death will be a normal thing. All right. Now, untimely death will be the last one only, destructive karma, because it means that it's not your time, but you uh pass away. So for those like dying young in an accident, or suffer cancer and so on. Okay. Right. Next paragraph, we still have some. I think it's actually this book is actually this. The whole text is actually quite easy to understand if we read slow and read repeatedly. So, Sister Wong Pochu, can you read this one?
Good evening, Sayaji.
Yes,
and,
good
brothers
evening.
and sisters. Okay, is it this? There is this paragraph.
Yes, this one only.
Okay, yeah. There is still lifespan and there is still life force of productive karma, but it is cut off through a destructive karma. So it is called akala marana, an untimely death. A life that ends thus is like the flame of an oil lamp going out with a gust of wind. Then a person is about to die. One of the three kinds of objects presents itself to his mind through one of the six sense doors, through eye, through ear, and so on. The presentation of the object itself is caused by the force of karma. The object appears to the mind of a dying person by the force of karma he did in the past. That karma may be kusala karma or akusala karma.
Okay, thank you. All right,
Thank
so
you, Saji.
thank you. Okay. Now, for this example, there's a very good example here. Okay, I think most of you familiar with this example. A flame of the oil lamp going up the gust of wind. Okay, let's say which one is. I think I remember the simile here. So, which one belong to simile? All right. So let's say our lifespan is same with what? The oil. Okay, oil in the oil lamp. So karma is same with what? Maybe the what? The how you call it? The wick, is it something like that? Wick. So when the oil lamp has wick, you know, when in traditional way you put the oil and then there's a wick, so the oil they will burn the oil and then the wick will be become shorter and shorter also. So when this oil and wick is finished, then the lamp, the flame totally disappear. But then there is one we call it the destructive karma. So like what? Okay, a gust of wind. So that means that the oil is there, the wick is there, but because of the wind blow very strong, the flame totally go out. So that's the meaning of destructive karma. It totally destroy the life, even though there's a potential for the person to alive maybe for many years to come, right? Okay, this is talking uh about our lifespan and karma, how things will work. All right. And when we are going to die and what would the things come out, right? So it will explain things will come out, three of them, and through our sixth sense door. Okay. Now I put all this, you have to look at the handbook of Abhidhamma, volume 2239, or FA Fundamental of Abhidhamma, page 47. All right. So all these are short note I extract from there. Of course, if you want to read, you can refer to there more, all right? So we're going to read, okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, somebody, next person. So it's good, so because I think your all English is better than me. All right. Sister Poi Hun, can you read, please? Sister Poi Hun, are you available to read?
Yes,
okay.
Sachi, can you hear me?
Yes. Can you turn on the
So,
video also so we can see you also? Yes. Okay.
okay. So, which paragraph? Because I just walked away just now.
Yeah, this one also. All of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Three objects of death proceed.
Mhm.
If someone is about to die, one of the three objects comes into manifestation in one of the six doors by the power of karma. The karma action that is accumulated, matures, and will produce rebirth in the next life. Karma nimitta, conditions or sign of the karma, an object that was experienced when the karma was performed. Gati nimitta, sign of destination, the things that will be obtained and experienced in the next life. Number one, karma action. Number one, karma is meant the karma that is productive of rebirth, which can be kusala karma, wholesome, or akusala karma, unwholesome karma. This is productive karma that gives pratisanti, rebirth linking, result in the next existence. Number two, karma nimitta, sign of karma. It is the main object of the time of performing the karma and also or something that was instrumental in performing the karma. There are two kinds of sign of karma nimitta, the main object and the secondary of instrumental. Saji, I cannot read further because my screen is very small. I'm using a handphone. I think I lost. And where am I? Sorry, Saji, I cannot proceed because I think I lost the earlier paragraph. Hello, can you hear me, Saji?
We can hear you.
Okay, it is the main object at the time of performing the karma, and also or something that was in the, oh, I can't read. Very sorry, Saji, because I'm
It's
using a
okay, no
handphone.
problem. It's okay, no problem. It's
So
okay.
sorry, so sorry.
It's okay,
So
all
sorry.
right. Okay, so yeah. Brother Yap. Brother Yap. Okay, you can read, continue from here.
Okay, an example of the sign of karma could be the act of donating a monastery. The monastery is the main object. The furniture used at the monastery, the giving of alms, and the giving of robes, and so on, are called instrumental in performing the karma. HB 2 and 240. If it is erecting a pagoda, the pagoda is the main object. The flowers and so on are the secondary objects. It is similar for an akusala act, such as killing an animal. The animal is the main object, and the weapon used in killing is called instrumental or a secondary object.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so I think it's quite clear here. So we look at the first one first. So means that when somebody going to die, there will be three things coming out according to Abhidhamma. All right. So how do we know? Yeah, we don't know. We just know according to Abhidhamma. It's quite important for us to know. All right. But we need to know this because it will help us to have a better death and better rebirth. Karma is something that matured, right? It's accumulated matured. Okay, now the explanation here. Now remember we say what kind of karma that will produce rebirth. Remember we said in the previous chapter that is under the what we call it what do you call it? There's a word full course or assistant. No. Complete karma. This means that if somebody kill a beings and that being must die, then it will be strong enough to produce a rebirth. If somebody steals something and the things are stolen by him, okay, so it will be considered as be able to give the body the rebirth. So it must be the action that completed, not the one like for example somebody want to steal but didn't the things was not stolen by him, not totally taken off. All right. If you kill the beans and the beans are not die yet, so it cannot give karma. Only those karma that be able to produce the rebirth. So you have to refer to previous chapter. I think I talked about. I hope you all remember. Because sometimes when you get more information, you might forget the. Okay. I think at the last page there was some. Okay. As the last page. So yeah. I forget where is it. It's something about the full course of assistance. Okay, never mind, just skip it. All right. So okay. Now second one we call it karma nimitta. All right. The first one and second one, the difference is the first one is an action. That's why you call karma. The second one we call it karma nimitta. It's translated as sign of karma, but actually sign here means you can take it as an object. According to first definition, it can be the object or something that we use. It's a tools or some things that we use, right? The example given here is very clear. All right. Okay. Now, let's say if we are talking about karma, it will be donating a monastery. All right. So if karma nimitta will be monastery. Okay, it's object here. When you donate something, it's the action, but you donate the object will be monastery, right? And the other things like furniture or maybe giving robes, because when they donate the monastery, then at the end there will be sharing of marriage, offer robes to sangha. So the other things, other objects are called instrumental. So this is considered as secondary. Okay, you get the idea? So the first object is monastery. Second object will be other object like furniture, robes, and so on. Okay. So like just now here, if you set up pagoda. Pagoda is main object. Flower and so on will be the second object. So this is karma nimitta, and the karma will be the donation. Okay, the donation. Similarly, when you kill, not you, okay, somebody kill animals, so the karma will be killing, right? So the main object will be karma nimitta. Main object will be animal. Then secondary object will be weapon. Okay, is it clear? Any question up to here? Is it clear, the example?
Okay.
Okay.
So, Saidi, I have a question. So instead of,
Okay.
let's say, I didn't donate to a monastery, but I just donated or offer ropes. Would the ropes then become the main object or not?
If offer rope without no, but when you give monastery, the monastery will be the main object.
So
But
if I
if you
don't
don't
give
want to,
monastery, I only give
you
ropes.
don't give, then the rope will be the main object.
Object. Okay. Thank you.
Then if you offer the ropes will main object, and other object will be like when we offer things, we put things on the plates, right? Nice plates. So the nice plate will be the secondary object. Okay. Okay. Now we think about the other example. Okay. For example, what do you want to? Okay. Let's say if you offer food. Okay. Offer food to sangha. Okay. Now what is karma here? Karma will be offering food. And then what is the main object? Any answer here? All right. Somebody want to try? It's very easy here. Yes.
Sangha.
Karma is action. Okay. Karma nimitta will be under 2. So this will be under karma nimitta, where you have main object, secondary. Okay. What will be the main object for this action, offering food? Shilin, you want to try?
Is it Sangha?
You want to take it as sangha? Okay. Yes, can be possible. Let's say if, for example, you offer food to sangha, your mind is focused on sangha, then your main object will be sangha. All right. What do you think secondary object will be? Siri? Yeah.
The food, I'm guessing.
Okay. You think that the food, all right? Okay. That's a yes, okay. Or we can think it, how about another one? What will be the main object beside the sangha? Also food maybe. Because if somebody offer the food, her mind is focused on the food, all right? And secondary object will be the utensil, like the plates, all right? Because when you offer the food, you put the food nicely on the plate, so it will be second object. All right? Is it clear? Okay. Now let's say, how about second example? Anybody want to give another example? Brother Ko? Brother Ko is here.
Example of
Any example of doing, maybe now it's doing good deeds or doing a bad deeds or whatever. Any example? Okay.
okay, let's just now is a wholesome. Now we put a unwholesome one.
Okay, unwholesome.
So,
yes.
Having a quarrel with someone.
With someone. Okay. So karma will be
Or
the action.
karma will be quarreling.
Quarreling. Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Now will be karma nimitta. We have a main object and then the second object, right? Secondary object. What do the main object will be?
Main object should be the person where you have quarrel with.
Okay, that person. Yes, of course.
That one become very obvious.
Yeah, when you quarrel with that person, the mind is actually looking
Very
at that person,
strong.
get very angry. Yes, okay. What do you think the second object will be?
Maybe the ambience law, that is the surrounding situation. Like maybe because of say the cause of that quarrel, like for example, maybe they have a flight accident, so maybe the vehicle,
Sorry, vehicle, is it? Vehicle?
for example, they have a car
Okay.
accident, a flight car
Okay,
accident because
quarreling
of
over
The
Okay.
vehicle.
Over a car accident, okay?
Uh,
Okay, good. Then it's very clear, right? Then when the person, because of when they quarreling, so the main object he focus on, they will look at that person and get very angry. Oh, why you hit my car? Why you hit my car? Then he look at his car that's been damaged. Actually, because car is very expensive. That's why any kind of like a little bit slight burst, a touch on the car, people will get very overexcited because you need to pay money even to paint back the color, you know. Okay, now third example. All right, just now Michael he said about generosity. All right, now okay, it's like just now, but we give it. Maybe we ask somebody beside Michael and who else? Michael he said generosity. All right. Okay, now what kind of generosity? It's very general here, so we need to have some more specific generosity on what? How about Sister Subang? Okay, Sister Subang, can you try?
Donating dana like money to a cause.
Okay, so
The generosity means donating
donating money to a cause.
to
What kind of
build
cause? Maybe more specific.
maybe to build maybe to build an extension to the kitchen, the temple kitchen.
Okay. For kitchen extension. Okay.
Kitchen extension.
Extension. All right. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, okay. Try karma. Karma nimitta.
Karma is donating.
Okay. Donating
action.
money. All right. Yeah. Okay. Then
The
karma nimitta, you have
is
main object.
Is the kitchen asset.
Okay. So but the problem is the person didn't see the kitchen yet, right? But unless he's cooking there, he's working there, then he can see the kitchen, right? If he never see the kitchen, then it's another story. Okay, what about secondary object? What do you think?
Could be the materials used.
Okay, material, construction, building construction, and so on, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, good. All right. So like this, we are doing the exercises for karma and karma nimitta, which is easy to understand if we learn like this. That's why I get this from the U Silananda book, Handbook of Abhidhamma. He give very good example about this karma and karma nimitta with the pagoda and so on. Right. So we already done our own action, our own karma and karma nimitta. So let's go for the third one. Okay, this is interesting because I think it's very interesting here. Most people heard about this Abhidhamma. Right. So Sister Sumeda, right? Sumeda, all right. Can you read? Are you around?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I can only see a blank screen and the voice is
Okay.
coming in and out. Sorry,
Okay, you
I
cannot see. Okay, all right. Okay, then Sister Teo Chai Hun, can you read, please? Yes. Read slowly, okay? Don't read so fast. Read slowly.
Number 3, Gati Nimitta, sign of destiny. A sign of destiny that is a symbol of the state to be obtained, main sign and experience, secondary sign in the immediately following existence. A sign of destiny that is a symbol of the state to be obtained and experience in the immediately following existence. A sign of destiny may come to the dying person's consciousness immediately following existence is called destiny here. The sign of destiny means the sign of death immediately following existence. There are again two varieties for sign of destiny. One to be obtained and one to be experienced. That means if a person is going to be reborn as a human being, the sign of destiny to be obtained is the wall of his mother's womb. The sign to be experienced is the experience of his life as a human being. If he is going to be reborn in the celestial state, then the celestial realm is the state to be obtained, and the celestial mansions, celestial nymphs, trees, and others are those that are experienced. If a person is going to be reborn in hell, then hell is a state to be obtained, and hellfire and those who do torture to the inhabitants of hell are called the signs to be experienced in that existence. Here also, the sign of destiny is of two kinds, the main and the secondary. The main sign is the existence of the realm where a dying person is to be reborn. The secondary ones are those things that you will experience in that life. Continue.
Okay. For example, yes, for example.
For example, Dhammika Upasaka saw the 6 celestial chariots from 6 Deva realms. He chose the chariot from Tusita. This is
What's the answer?
this is a mean.
This is for you to fill in. Okay. What's the answer? You already read
This is
just now.
a mean.
Huh?
Mean destiny. Mean sign of destiny.
No, he's not born there yet, right?
This is to be obtained. To be obtained,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So this is sign to be
To be
obtained. All right.
obtained.
So what's the answer? Means that it is the secondary. All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The first one is very easy. First one is where the person reborn. Now he didn't see the Tushita. He only see the chariots. Do you know the story? Never heard about this story. This story is in the Dhammapada, verse 16. So he was in there, and then before he passed away, he saw the chariots on the heavenly realm coming to invite him. Okay. So when they come like 6 of them. Only he see, but nobody see. Right. Then after that, because the children invited the monks to come and they are doing the chanting. So the Deva on the chariot keep on asking him, come, 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 come. And then he was very annoyed with them because he was listen to Mahasatipada chanting. Then he tell them, stop, stop, stop. Then the monks thought that he asked him to stop, and then they left. Okay. But then the children, they get so worried because the father was a very pious Buddhist, and then now he interrupted the chanting. He didn't want to listen to chanting. So the children was worried. They said, no, actually, I tell the Deva from the chariot to stop disturb me. Then the children didn't believe, right? He asked them which one is the best one. They said Tushita. So he asked them to do a flower garland, and then he was pointing at direction. So they throw, and the garland was hanging on the neck of the celestial chariot. So to the children, they didn't see. They only see what? They see the garlands of flower appear hanging in the middle of sky. Okay. So you all can listen to this is actually a very famous story, right? What he see actually will be things that he's supposed to uh he was going to the Deva realm, all right, because he see the celestial deities and celestial chariots come and welcome him. All right. So what he get is a sign to be obtained. Okay, now this is actually interesting. All right. So, okay, like just now on talking about human. Okay. Now, if for the human will be, okay, wombs of his mothers. Okay. This is only one example here because I remember I read some of the story in like Mahasi Sayadaw when he was giving Dhamma talk. He said besides seeing like this, okay, all right, it might be somebody will see another human being or whatever because everybody will have different object, all right? All these are just a kind of like guideline, what is possible. Okay, now main thing will be hell, if reborn as hell being. And then secondary object like I mentioned above, hellfire, hell torture. So we call it war, like last time we learned about the Dewa Duta Sutta, those who are torturing the beings. And some in Myanmar also is believed, Myanmar in many story is believed that if those like kill the father, mother, or injured the father and mother, they will see the fire, That's why last time we always heard this kind of story. When they say they see the fire before they pass away, it's actually this called secondary object. And then the human will be supposed to be see the wall of the mother's womb. This means there is maybe some colors and life experience as human. All right. So we can discuss it. What do you think that as a human, what is the life experience that can be? Okay, later we discuss. Okay, now the third one, deity. He will go to a beautiful place. Maybe he will see the deity world. And then other things will be that mansion, nymphs, trees, all these other objects. Okay, well, okay, we come back to this. What is the life experience as human being? What do you think it can be? Right, it's only say about experience of his life as human being. It's only mentioned about this. There's no other information. So anybody want to contribute to the answer here? What do you think as a human? What is our life experience? Maybe go to school. Okay. If somebody like to read school,
Experience
maybe
the
he see
sukha
himself.
and dukkha.
Sorry.
Experience sukha and dukkha. There
Okay.
are
So for
happy
example, what
things,
is
there are
sukha?
not so happy things.
Okay. What is sukha? What is dukkha? Sukha eating ice
Well,
cream.
maybe for children.
Okay. For children, maybe playground. If they say
Yeah.
if they die young, maybe they see playground or something like that. So if he's a scholar, maybe he sees some books and so on. And if he likes library, maybe see the library, and then maybe see somebody he knows. But actually, it's not good to see somebody you knows, especially those who departed one. If those already departed, if you see the person who passed away, maybe they are calling you to go to their better world. Okay. Not to say that if you see somebody who passed away, it's a good good answer. All right. I would think generally anything we experience in life, like let's say maybe you read the Dhamma book, you like the Dhamma book, or maybe you like meditation, so you go to meditation place and so on. Okay. So it's quite subjective, so I will not right. Okay, now peta. Okay, now peta, peta. The peta we actually translated as departed one. Sometimes we translate as a hungry ghost or ghost, all right? Now, remember when we say in the 31 plan of existence, the Peta and Ashura share the same world with us, okay? But so where do the Peta live? There's a question here. What do you think? Where is the Peta live? Do they stay in your house? So if you say the Peta stay in your house, what do you think? Is it possible?
Possible.
Okay. So if they stay in your house, will they stay quietly or noisily? That's a question also, right?
If nothing
Yeah.
happen, means quietly lah.
Okay. So normally the beta they according to how your we call it the guardian dewa of your house. If your guardian dewa is very strong, then the beta may not be allowed to come in. Okay. Unless the beta they think that the beta is not going to harm you, they might be around you. But normally the beta will be we call it in a far away place. That's why when we share the merits, we have to invite the beta to come. All right. So where is the beta living? Right. So it's actually difficult to say. Okay. But maybe we say a far place or quiet place or lonely place and so on. All right. So it depends on you. I leave it because it's very difficult to fix the answer. And what is the experience as beta? All right. Okay. What is the experience as beta? So what is the life experience as a beta? Maybe hungry, lonely, You can put under I just leave it. I don't type anything. Okay, you can write if you want. Lonely or hungry. Okay. All right. Maybe something like this. Because sometimes beta is our departed one. So it's very difficult for us to know where do our departed one go for? So maybe they go in a lonely place, or maybe they're around the house. That's why in some of the story, people always like to talk about peta, because they can see like in a lonely house, there are a lot of sound making the noise, the peta making the noise. It's actually very strange also. Okay. So if not the animals making the noise, then it's the peta making the noise. Okay. And how about dogs? Dogs and cat, right? So if somebody going to reborn as dog and cat, what will he see? Yeah, maybe also the wombs of the wall of the mother's womb, right? And what is the experience of a dog and cat? You know, so maybe they will see their what dog kennel, where they stay, you know, and so on. So you can write whatever you think, all right? Because as I say, is since most of us never experience that, right? And we don't know how we are reborn. So this is actually a gray area for us. All right. And Ashura will be Sam in a lonely place, in a not happy place. And all they experience, since they are considered as unfortunate, they will not experience the good things like a deity. All right. So Ashura maybe experience also anger all the time. Dog and cat maybe it depends their karma. So maybe they have a good honor, so they can maybe they see their kind honors and so on. Okay. Right. So you think about it and write it. Okay. So I leave it general because we don't have fixed answers, since that the Abhidhamma book, he didn't give us any other answer, only about human and celestial. Okay.
Sorry, Saiji. The Damika, that part, right?
Mm. Yes.
The chariot is the sign to be obtained, or then why is it secondary? It's not the
Okay. It's not the place that he's going. He only see the
so then
he
it's
only sees
called the
something
sign to be
connect. This means there is
experienced.
a something connect with the future. In future, he will ride on the he will ride on the this what you call it? Ride on the chariots. Okay. So
So
you can
it's
find this.
not called the sign to be experienced.
Mm, okay, you can think about it. What do you think? Okay. So okay, it's good to listen to read this story, because this story is very famous, and he's also very one of the very devoted virtuous devotees of the Buddha, and always offer meals, lunch, whatever regularly. He has 7 daughters, 7 sons. They are very virtuous and devoted charity. When he was very ill, and then he made request to Sangha, recite sacred texts. When the monk will recite the Mahasatidharma Sutta, set decorated chariot for himself. Okay, invite him to go to their respective worlds. He told them to wait, because he afraid the recitation of Sutta what might be interrupted. So he told them to wait. So the monk was thinking that they were asked to stop, so they left the place. Then after that, when he wake up, he come out. Then the children asked him, "Why you ask the monk to stop?" Then he told the children about 6 decorated chariot waiting for him. So he decided to choose the one from Tushita heaven, and asked the children to throw at the garland. All right. So the children can see it's only suspended in the air, but they didn't see the chariot. You can see that only he saw it. Okay. Right. So he will say, "I'm going to the world, Tushita, so do not disturb. So if you desire to be reborn with me, do works of merits as I have done, then pass away." All right. Okay. Then this very famous sutta from the Dhammapada, verse 16. It's actually very poetic. Kata punyo ida mochati, pecha mochati, ubayata mochati. So atano kama visudim diswa, modati so pamodati. Modati is rejoice, rejoice. So after he see his own karma, you see this person, because he's a very virtuous person, after that he see his own karma before he pass away, his mind is rejoice. Based on his rejoice, he has a very good karma. And that's why he see the six celestial world, the deities coming. All right. You can see, you can later I share with you. Dhamma was he has acquired a lot of good deeds during his lifetime because he was a virtuous and so on. Right. So that's why we call it kata punyo. Kata is a past participle. Thinking about the merits, punyo is a merits that he has done. So that's how he get the good. He has done a lot of karma, good action, and he has done what he get here is actually gati nimitta. Gati nimitta means sign of destiny. Gati, all right, from the if you want to know, from the root gam, okay? Gam is to go, okay? And the ti, okay? Ti is the suffix. So gati means where you are going. Nimitta is sign. But actually, nimitta you can translate object. He take the object of where he's going to go in his future life, right? So what he see is celestial chariots, okay? So you can think about that. He sees something connected with the ram, all right? There is a, beside the celestial mansion, celestial nymphs, trees, you can put a celestial chariots here, okay? It's talking about some other things.
Yes, actually the sentence above, right? For example, Dhamika Upasaka saw the six celestial chariots. This is sign to be experienced, no?
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, yeah. Okay, please change it. Experience, okay? Signs to be experienced, okay? Thank you for your amendment. Okay, yeah, good. All right. So anyway, you can see that he has this one. So now we think about that. Most of people we know might see this one, all right? If they are doing something bad. Uh I think you all heard about the one story about one this is good one. Another person, I think his name is called Chunda, right? Chunda pig what killer. He was doing a lot of bad thing that before he passed away. Oh, this one, okay. And this is another story. It's just now is 16, now is 15, all right? 15 about is opposite. Just now is he did good deeds, this one he did bad deeds. This person was very evil. For 55 years, he makes living by killing pigs. All right. So what he do is very bad. All right. He will fasten the pigs to a post. Then first punch him to make his fresh, sweet, plump, and tender. Do you know why he want to do it? Because when the pig is very small, he hit until the body become big, so he can sell better. Then forcing the pig's jaw, and then he pour down the boiling hot water. Right? Why? Because the hot water will penetrate to berries, losing the excrement. All right? It will cleanse the body, illness and okay. So the water, so he will just keep on boiling the hot water into the mouth. So you can see how evil action he did. This is called chunda, right? Right. Then the remaining water, he will, let's say if the pig not die yet, the pig still living, he pours over the pig's back. So the skin will become black color. This means that beside hot water into the mouth, the hot water is also on the skin. Then after that, he'll cut off the pig's head with a sharp sword. Right? Then the blood come out. Right? Then he will roasted the pig. Okay. And then after that, he will sit down with his son and wife, eat the pig. So whatever meat was left over, he was sell it. So for 55 years, he was doing this action. Even though the teacher, means the Buddha, was nearby monastery, he did not do any good deeds, any good merits. Right. Now you can see the fire of Avicii uprose before him. Okay. Now, what you can see is, what do you think that he's seeing? He was seeing this one. Okay. Even when he's still alive. That means that it's going to show him where he's going. He's going to be reborn as hell being. Right? So we continue the story. So even it's so hot that people nearby those 100 leagues, one league is about 8 meter. So about 800 meter, they even can feel the heat of fire. Right? Okay. Okay, now so right. Now when the fire from Avicii uprose before the pork butcher Sunda, now his mode of behavior was altered in correspondence with now. Now you can see now, even he remained how he become a pig already. He grunt like a pig, crawl on his hands and knees. And then after that to the front of the house and rear. So the people in the house try to overpower him and catch him. But he keep on calling back, and this means that he's actually become a pig now. So nobody in the house was sleep, in the 7 house around was able to sleep well, right? So they try to prevent him. Okay. So for 7 days, he continued crawling. This means that he was suffer from his bad karma of killing the pigs. And then he also suffered from the hell, grunting and squealing like pig. You know why he was? Because he was killing the animal by pouring the hot water into the mouth and remaining hot water on the skin. So he continued before he died. He already suffered for 7 days. After that was reborn in Avicii. This one, okay? Even like Devadatta, right? Okay. Now then the people after that, those monks they heard the story and then they go to the teacher, Buddha, and said to him, okay, so for 7 days the door of Chunda was closed. For 7 days, the killing of pigs go on. All right. Okay. But actually, how many pigs he killed? No, even a single loving kindness and lack of the compassion. Okay, now, even while he's still alive, the Buddha say, the hell came. All right. That's why he was behaved like pig. Now he was died today and reborn Avicii. And then the Buddha say, this is on verse 15. Here he suffers, after that he suffers. The evildoer suffers in both places. He suffers, he's afflicted, seeing the impurity of his past deeds. So lesson 15 is on bad side. Lesson 16 is on the good side, or just now the Dhammika Upasaka, right? So it's actually 2 poems, one on the bad side and this on the sad side. The Pali is quite similar, right? So you can refer to this story to understand about the Gati Nimitta. Actually very interesting, okay? So you can see the example here will be on this called Chunda Pig. What? Just what? Slaughter. What just now? Pig.
Butcher.
A butcher, okay? Pig butcher. So this one will be yeah, okay. This Dhammika Upasaka, okay. Yeah, so let's just now make a correction. So if you print out, change it to sign or to be experienced, not the sign to be obtained, all right? Okay, now when you come to know this kind of story, you can think about somebody who have passed away in your when you they before they pass away, you get to know them. So what will they see? Let's say if they say they see some angel or somebody wearing white color come to see them, what do you think it can be? Okay. Anybody? See somebody look like angel, you know?
We go to the Deva world.
Go to Deva world. Yeah, okay. Yeah, something look very nice, okay? Very nice, very pleasant is always this one. What if they see like maybe another, let's say another beta or whatever. Okay, another dog, whatever, another demon. Okay, so all these are bad things. So how do we know that if people are having a good rebirth or not? It depends on the object. So if the object is good, then their facial expression will be nice. So if they see horrible things, so their face will not be so peaceful. So that's why we say if we see somebody who passed away, they have a very peaceful face. This means that what they see, the object will be peaceful. All right. So if they see something very ugly, very scary, beta or hellfire or dolls or cat or whatever, this means that they are not going to a good place. So it's actually possible before they pass away, we try to help them to change to the good object, right? Okay. Let's say you already know what is the possible here, okay? So can we change it? In a way, yes. So if we manage to help them to think about any good action that they have done. So remember last time when we studied the karma, we have one we call it the habitual karma. All right. So we have something we call it habitual karma. All right. So this one is sometimes we cannot control, but maybe we can control this one. So if we before they pass away, we remind them that something they've done regularly. Actually, this is quite powerful because something we done regularly will create a very strong impression in our mind. Okay, so if we can tell them, okay, since you are doing this regularly, you are paying to the Buddha, offer the Buddha regularly. Why don't you think about that? And that might influence that proximate karma. All right, so we can change. Hopefully, they will get a better object instead of a fearful one like all this. Okay. So maybe we try to change having done a think about all this habitual karma. So then we can influence the that proximate karma by thinking about something they had done before, karma or karma nimitta. Then hopefully they will get the better gati nimitta, right? The last one we call it gati nimitta. So very easy to remember the name. Karma, karma nimitta, gati nimitta. Okay, so we'll break 5 minutes.
Saji,
Any question?
sorry.
Yes. Yes.
Regarding your Gati Nimitta, the story of Dhammika Upasaka,
Yes.
actually you also wrote the sentence, he chose the chariot from Tusita. So
Yes.
actually the chariot is the secondary and the Tusita
Yes.
becomes his main object. So that means it is the sign to be obtained because he chose that. So, and he's going to Tusita.
All right.
Wouldn't,
Even if he didn't choose any of them, he was still reborn in the celestial world because of his good karma is so strong, right? So it's only that he might incline to Tushita. That's why he born in Tushita. Okay. But normally we talk about main object, main sign will be the place that he's going. Okay. Right. But so far he didn't really see the Tushita yet. He haven't really seen the Tushita. He only sees something connected with Tushita. So we can take it as a celestial chariot as something that he experienced. And let's say if he take the Tushita, so what is the existence of Tushita? Did he really see the Tushita? Not yet, right?
after that he said he chose to go to Tusita? He didn't
So
let
the
his
mind inclined toward the Tushita. Yes, we
Oh,
can
not
take
yet.
it. Yes, the mind inclined to Tushita, so we can make it. So we can also put this as a main sign assistance since his mind is inclining to the Tushita.
Yeah, not
Okay.
yet obtained, but to be obtained. That means.
Yeah. So this one is to be obtained. Okay. So this is a to be experienced.
咧就係離開你啊，都會有。
Who's making the sound? All right. Okay. So all right. So can So we are actually trying to learn Abhidhamma. So we can think about all the possibility. So let's say something to be obtained and something to be experienced, right? So if he going to obtain the tushita, how will he going to obtain? Maybe he at that time he inclined the mind there. So it's possible that's how he going to obtain tushita. Or if he see the chariot, it should be the secondary object, right? So because we already say there are main and secondary object. Main is the place that he's going to be reborn, and second one will be the things that he will experience at that life. So this means that he will ride the celestial chariot, or he see the Tushita that may be the main assistant. All right. So yeah, we can open our mind to all possibility. Okay. So also, if you want to fill in your own answer here, okay, how should you fill in? You can think about that yourself. All right. So for the dogs and cat, because I have many dogs and cat here, so I don't know how they will see before they pass away. So normally when our dogs and cat going to pass away, we always ask the children to stay around the dogs and cat and do the chanting. Hopefully when the dogs and cat going to pass away, they can hear our chanting and be take it as a good object, so they reborn in a better place. All right. Okay, we will stop 5 minutes. Okay, any questions? Any question you all want to ask before I continue? All right. So you think about that. How, if especially if somebody you know, they tell you that they see something. Is it real things or is it out of their imagination? Because before somebody pass away, they might have lots of thoughts about the past. So when the mind wandering to the past, they might see a lot of things, their friend, relative who passed away. But actually, it might be because they miss them. Maybe they see their father, mother, or their good friends who passed away. So they miss them. They say they come and bring them to somewhere. All right. So we don't know how much is really their gati nimitta. Is it a real one or is it just out of their imagination? But basically, we say the key point is if they see something good, their facial expression is very calm and peaceful, means that they are going to a good place. If they see something bad like hellfire, dogs and cat, then it's not a good place. But if they see something neutral like animal, like human life experience, like human life is considered quite okay. So if they see a very good one, of course that's very good. They see the dewa, deity, that's good. All right. If no question, I will continue. Okay, somebody read Sister Go. LH Go. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
three dogs. Three dogs.
Yes. Yes.
Among the three objects of death process, karma belongs to the past. It appears only in the mind door. They appear to the dying person through the force of the karma done in the past. In the past means previously in this life or in other past life. The object, karma nimitta, belongs to the past or the present. If it is past object, it manifests only in the mind door. If it is present object, it manifests in the six doors. The object, gati nimitta, belongs to the present. It manifests in the six doors.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
when you read like this, what you do is need to fill in this one. Okay, I leave it blank so we can do it together. Now, what is the timing? Karma belong to past. All right, so you need to pass. Now, the meaning of past is not just the past life. It's talking about something in this life and also in previous life. Okay, so this means that any action. Just remember, karma means action. All right, karma action. Something that you done in this life or previous life. Karma nimitta can be past or present. So if past object, it manifests in the mind. And its present object, it manifests in the six doors. Six doors means that mind beside then our five sense door, eye, nose, tongue, body. And Gati Nimitta, it belong to present. Belong to six doors. Okay. This belong to mind. Okay, now after you finish this, the next thing we need to do together is any example. Right? Let's say past. Okay, let's say if you are doing good things, so we can give example like you think about before you pass away, maybe you're thinking about your donation, that's a good thing. Then bad thing will be like killing or injuring or stealing or whatever. So it can be any action that we do. Now karma nimitta. So remember nimitta means actually when you see every time when you see the word nimitta, you can just translate as object or instrumental. All right. Just now we say there are two karma nimitta. One is secondary, one is primary and secondary. All right. So primary and secondary. So let's say what is we talk about pleasant object. Okay. Now this is where we can change our karma. Because it's present means that before the person pass away, if you give him let's say if the person is a devoted Buddhist, you can show him a Buddhist statue or whatever, then his faith is coming, then the mind is more pure. So it can be present object. Let's say if he's a Buddhist, so a Buddha statue to see, okay, to see. Or maybe chanting to hear. Because it's something that we can do it present object. The mind can take the present object. So past is talking about the past thing, right? Past thing means that past thing maybe belong to past life. Past life we cannot do, but past life means that it also another meaning of past. Maybe it's not the current moment. Is talking about current other time before the current moment. So anything you can do. So any example? Anybody want to give? Should ask those who study before. Brother Ko? Brother Ko is expert. I should ask him. Brother Ko, can you give an example?
Offhand, I don't have a company for mind or house object. It could be something he has done. So
Yes.
maybe it's something that he think about it.
Yes. Okay. Good. So it need to be an object or instrumental, right? So he
Can
think
you
about
about pictures of his doing dana or whatever?
think about, but it need to appear in the mind though, right?
No, I mean
He
give her the pictures, let the person see, or he has been doing dana in this place,
okay.
this
So
place, this way will
so
help.
he thought. Okay, he thought about the the the
I think his
donation
Show them the pictures. Then
by
you can
seeing
think.
the picture. Okay, seeing the picture.
maybe the
Right.
artwork that he has done, that one is very, very distinct. That means, for example, he's an artist. So he thought
Okay.
about the maybe the Buddha image that he has done. So it becomes
Okay.
very
So
strong. Right? So that can be the past object.
yes. Okay. Buddha image that he has.
Painted.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. Because it must be past. All right. It must be object must be past, and it must be at the mind door. Mind door means that he cannot see. When we say present object, because it appear at the sixth door. So if you say about the Buddha, this is appear in the eye door. Okay. This is a ear door. So that's how we can change the karma of somebody, all right? If you know how to let them see. Okay, I tell you one story about it's a real story. One meditator, she's a meditator. So before she passed away, she was keep on looking at the clock non-stop. So her eyes was looking at the clock. See, then people ask why she did like this. Anybody want to answer this question? Why she was looking at the clock non-stop before she passed away? This is a real story. Yeah, I should ask those who meditate, who is considered as a good meditator. All right. So anybody want to answer this question? Okay. Okay, now the reason she look at the clock, because she's a Vipassana meditator. So every time, when we hear the sound, of course, if you see the clock, you hear the sound of the clock. Sometimes we cannot hear the sound, but when you see the seconds go, you can see a lot of impermanence. You really see impermanence. So for this meditator, she saw the impermanence just before she passed away. She was quite young, about 40 plus only, before 40 or 50, near to 50 before she passed away. Very young, considered quite young because she has still has 5 children, Yeah. They're still now they are still, but most of them are very well behaved children. Okay, so present is a sixth door, and idol you can see a Buddha statue, anything that remind you that she see the clock. She really see the clock before she passed away. So if you have nothing to do and you want to practice vipassana, sit in front of the clock and observe how the clock tick, 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 all the time. No, not just hear the sound. You can see literally your minutes, your seconds goes 1 second by 1 second. You can see impermanence, all right? Now, Gati
But
Nimitta we already
Sayagyi,
see just now. Yes?
if that is the example, shouldn't that
Mm.
be considered as the present karma? Because that is,
Yeah, present karma is practicing vipassana. Okay?
so
But
it's
the
the
object is
other
clock.
karma, right? Not karma nimitta. Ma.
No, her practicing vipassana is action. Okay? Karma is action. Karma nimitta is the object or instrument. Do you get it?
So both things arise.
Yes, yes. Yeah, of course, we are doing things. When we are doing things, then we need object. Whatever we do, you do donation, there must be object, right? So it depends on at the last moment, either karma or karma nimitta karma or gati nimitta. Either these three, one will come out. All right?
But then
Not all will come out. Yes.
Here you mentioned about karma as a past object.
Yes.
But because I wanted to ask also about was it Sariputta or what? How he helps his father. Was it Sariputta or
Oh
this
no. It's
Mahakassapa?
not Saiputra, one of the Arahant. We didn't have the name. Yes, there was one story that one Arahant, the
Helps the
father was
father.
a hunter for the whole
Yes.
life. Then he let the father ordain. You can read in the comprehensive the handbook of Abhidhamma also. He let the father ordain, and before the father passed away, the father saw many fierce animals chasing him. This is Gati Nimitta, because he was seeing this. I think we can look at the book. Where is it? Okay. I think now is what, book 2. Okay, so we do for Gati Nimitta. Hopefully can find. Not this one. So which chapter? Not this one. Anybody got the book? Can you help me to find? We are supposed to on which chapter? Is it book 1? Okay. Okay, this one. Oh, okay. I think this one was at the earlier stage. Okay. Anyway, the story was the Arahant helped the father who was seeing the very fierce animal chasing him. So the father was become afraid, say, go, go, go. Then when the Arahant heard about this story, he know the father was seeing something bad and gati nimitta, all right, maybe be reborn as animal. So then the Arahant asked the novice to carry the father near the pagoda, and then they help him to offer to the Buddha the some flowers and so on. After that, he changed. He see differently. He see some celestial names coming. All right, and then he told the son that he saw something different. Then the Arahant know that the father have a better gati nimitta. Is that the story, Brother Ko? Yes, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So actually he was changing the kind of like actually the father was at first see the bad things, okay? Then the son changed to good things by the Kama Nimitta, see the eyes, see the Buddha, and then offer the Buddha's flowers. Then the Gati Nimitta changed to, instead of fierce dog, he see the celestial names, right? So this one we saw like just now. So for the Dhammika, he see, okay? Only he see. Nobody see the celestial. Right. So this is considered as idol. So some people they might, let's say, some people might hear about beautiful music, all right? Sweet music, sweet sound. They say the sound from heaven. So it's a good one, Gati Nimitta. So either Kama Nimitta, Gati Nimitta. One of them will come out. So we cannot change this one, but we can change because only this one. Because this is something to a present moment, present time now. Okay, now we are talking about this moment. This past is belong to past life, but it also means this life. All right, this one maybe we cannot change for that person because that person already dying. He cannot do much, but maybe before he going to pass away, you can ask him or ask her to do some donation. So he might do this one. And after he do the donation, he can think about his donation. So by the mind door. At the present door, maybe he can offer to vulnerable and so on. So it's a present time at the 6 doors. And hopefully he will get a better gati nimitta. This one I think most of us we cannot control this one. All right. Any question up to here before I continue? Right. Maybe we will stop here before we go into the next one. Yes.
Saji, how do we know whether it is the sign or I mean whether the person is actually seeing or hearing compared to it could be hallucination because I've
It
heard
depends
when
on
I was
how strong is his mindfulness. All right. How strong was his mindfulness before that person passed away? And
you
also
mean
depends on how well you know him. If you normally know him quite well, you know that he is not somebody who talk nonsense, then what likely he see might be the real one. Right? Okay.
because when I was small I did heard
Yes.
about some elderly people
Mm-hmm.
before their death they was talking about something like uh, some could be shouting incoherently uh, as if it's on fear, you know. But then when the what do you call their relatives appease him
Okay.
or her, then they will
Mm-hmm.
quiet down. Then maybe
Okay.
another day you come back again. Okay? So how do we know whether this could be some sort of their perception, you know, or whether they
Well,
are
we
actually
only
seeing
need somebody with psychic power to read their mind,
it?
If you really
Okay.
want to know, then you have to practice up to fourth jhana. From fourth jhana, you practice until you got psychic power. And I think by next week, we can finish this topic. Okay. So,
Okay,
all
okay,
right.
thank you.
So basically, we say that if the person is having as I say, it depends on how well you know him. If the person is always talking nonsense, so basically the mindfulness is very bad in that person. So when the person going to pass away, at that time the mindfulness become even less, right? So then definitely that person will not be talking about something real one. Okay. Maybe also depends on his attachment. If somebody is very attached to their partner who passed away, then they will say, "Oh, I want to follow him or her to the next life." It might not be the real one, not that the person who passed away really come and see them. It's only they are very attached to that person and really want to see that person coming. Okay. Yeah. So main thing what we do is we need to quiet them, make sure their mind is calm and peaceful. Of course, we can provide a very good environment. Let's say make sure the house is clean. If they are meditator, maybe help them with the clock or whatever. Okay. If they are very faithful type, then offer let them see the Buddha statue and then prepare the flowers to help them, like the story about the hunter, the Arahant helping the hunter father. Okay. So we can do few things to make our our ladies who are going to pass away. But basically just make sure the environment is calm and peaceful. And also, it also depends if they like to stay at house. It's better stay in house rather than stay in the hospital. Because hospital is always very noisy, very smelly. How can they have a peace of mind staying in hospital? Most people prefer to go back, stay in their house. They prefer to die in the house. But of course, it's not easy to take care of those who are passing away. All right, so we will stop now and we continue next week. I think we can finish by next week. All right. And remember those taking certificate diploma, please remember to do your assignment. I give you more than 1 month time. All right. Can we invite Sister Sharon to lead the sharing of merits? I already told you, right, Sharon?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. I think you can share. All right. Yes. You need to make it bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Saiji, for getting me to share. I do it wrong. So closing salutation. Asking for forgiveness. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam acheyam kama me bante buripanya tathagata. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam acheyam kama me dhamma sandika akarika. Kayena vacha chittena pamadena maya katam achayam kamame sangha punyam kita anuttara. Punya anumodana. Akasata cha bumata devanaga mahidika punyam tam anumobitwa chiram rakantu loka sasanam. Akasata cha bumata devanaga mahidika punyam tam anumobitwa chiram rakantu desanam. Akasata cha bumata devanaga mahidika punyam tam anumobitwa chiram rakantu mam baranti. Eta vata cha amhehi sambatam punya sampadam sabe deva sabe sata sabe buddha amumodantu sabha sampati sitya. Pati dana, transferring of merits to the departed ones. Idam bo nyatinam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam no nyatinam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Idam me nyatinam hotu sukita hontu nyatayo. Aspirations, Patana. Imina punyam kamema mabe bala samagamo Satam sama gamo hotu yava nibbana patiya. Buddham sasanam chiranti tatu. Buddha sasanam chiram titatu.
Buddha sasanam chiram
Buddha
titatu.
sasanam chiram titatu.
Okay, sadhu,
May the
sadhu,
Buddha's
sadhu,
dispensation teach. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
sadhu. Okay, thank you, Sharon. Okay, next week we shall invite another student. Pueliu, can you do the sharing of merits next week? Pueliu?
Oh, okay. I hope I can attend. So,
If you cannot attend, you nominate Subang lah.
oh,
Subang also like you.